Welcome back to the channel. I have a 2024 Ford F-350. Now, as you guys saw in the title, Ford does something that GM nor Ram does. But I'm willing to bet you 2025 Ram's going to add this feature, and I'm only basing it off of the half tons. But before we get started, some of you guys had called out this Camaro in my last video. I will be honest, I didn't even see it. I was so intrigued with my video that nothing else mattered, but this is actually a nice spec here. I believe someone said this was a 68, 67, 68, something like that. I know nothing about Camaros, I'll be honest with you guys. One of my friends has a race car, Matthew Anderson. I'm sure he'll chime in if he sees this video, but he has a race car. I think his is a little bit newer than this one, but let's go ahead and get back to the video and let's talk about this feature that GM needs to add, and I'm sure Ram's going to add for 2025. So here's the key. If you push this button twice, this will drop the tailgate down. Now if you push it twice again, it will actually put the tailgate back up. But that's not what I wanted to show you. I just wanted to show that you can do that off the key fob, because I never really showed it to you guys in my videos. But nevertheless, I have my wife's air fryer with me today. And as you guys know, Ford introduced 2 kilowatts of power in the bed of their trucks. If you're looking at a King Ranch, Platinum, or Limited, the 2,000 watts of power comes standard on these trucks, okay? If you get a Lariat down, it's available as an option. I believe it's like $985. You have to get the dual alternator, so you have to add a little bit more money to it. Let's go ahead and start the truck up. So, 2,000 watts of power is a ton. The competition right now will give you about 400 max. And 400, you know, that's not enough power. I've done some cross-country traveling and I wound up pulling out my generator because I just needed a little bit more power when I was, you know, staying inside my truck versus going to a hotel. So in order to get the system to work, let's just go to the audio. You have to go down to features right here and you'll see Pro Power on board. All you have to do is click the button. So you obviously have your power plugs. These are your 20 amp plugs inside the truck. There's also one back here, right there. So it does show right now that those are active. Now you can turn off the system completely. And sometimes people don't know this, but if you're riding around with your power outlets on, I mean, you can disable them. See, again, I don't really go over this stuff in my videos because I just don't have the times typically. But for now, we're going to turn on the ones in the bed, okay? So I just turned on those. And actually, before I move on, I would like for you guys to see the prompt that came up here. But you guys see right now it shows 400 watts for what's inside the cab. In the bed you have 2,000 watts of power. So in generator mode, your engine will continue to run to supply power to the outlets. Only use vehicle outside, so not in your garage. Okay, so now it went from 400 watts to 2,000 watts. Now whenever we dry camp in our RV, I have to turn off my AC units on my generator to run this because it will basically bog it down. So I can't run air conditioners, TVs, and my air fryer. So let's go ahead and plug it in. They give you 2 outlets out back. Now, if your truck is already running, then the good news is you don't have to go inside the truck to turn this on because they give you a button right there to turn on this power from the back here. So I do like that they give you that button. So let's go ahead and turn this on. I'm going to start off at 180 degrees. I don't know if the temperature will increase the wattage, but let's see where it's at. The truck is high idling right now. And I just pushed the brake just now, it actually stopped. So right there you guys can see we're at 1,310 watts. And I can actually hear I think that's the inverter that I'm hearing. Hold on one second. Okay, yes. So you can actually hear the inverter on right now inside the truck. It's not that loud, it's just probably a fan that you're hearing. Hopefully you guys can hear it. So yeah, you can see this piping right here. And I feel that there's some air coming in right here. So yeah, this inverter is what's supplying that extra power. And of course you need those dual alternators to supply that extra amperage for the batteries. So I'm going to go ahead and increase all the way up to 400 degrees and see if that will increase the wattage. Let's go take a look. At 1310 watts, it does not change. So basically, actually it went down a little bit. So increasing the temperature did not increase the wattage draw. So hey, that's pretty cool. You basically have 700 watts available. So if you are on a job site and you want to cook something, you can bring your air fryer with you, heat up your food, and basically still have enough wattage to continue to work on something else. I love that about the Ford's 1290 watts. So it's dropping down a little bit. And you can really hear that inverter now. It's getting louder. Now here's the drawback to this 2000 watts of power. Let's go ahead. I'm going to close the tailgate, which you can do from inside here. Actually, for some reason it's not working. Oh, there it is. Now it's working. Just took a little bit of time. So let's just say you are charging some equipment in the bed and you want to use that power plug, because in Ram and Ford, if you want to use those outlets in the bed, you have that option. Do you guys see this right here? Oh, it just went away. So there it is. If you want to charge something inside the bed, these outlet plugs cannot stay open. So in other words, you would have to charge stuff inside the truck, which means you don't have the 2000 watts of power. I showed you guys how to get here through the screen, but there is a button right here that you can push. Let's see what happens when I push it. So actually that turns off the system and then it turns on. I thought it would take you to basically the menu here. But I do like the system. I think that having 2000 watts of power is very useful. The only downside is you can't use the system with the engine off. So yeah, if you want to run your RV off of your truck, you have the option to do that. The only issue is your truck's going to be idling, and that's going to affect this right here. So if you go up to your gauges, if you go to your diesel measurements, right? You see your exhaust filter. If you idle your truck for hours at a time, your DPF is going to start to fill up with soot. So in my opinion, I think it's better to just continue to use your generator if you're going camping. But if you do use your truck on a work site, or if you are tailgating and you don't want to have to necessarily pull out your generator, or if your generator is already in use and you want to use your truck to basically heat up food or something like that, you have that option in the bed. So I just turned it off and it's just cooling down right now, so it has like a timer. I want to see how much wattage it's using right now. So it's showing less than 200 basically, and the truck is basically doing its high idle thing again. So like I said, if you want to drive down the road, you can't use this outlet. You basically have to have that closed like that, and now you can basically put the truck in gear. Now if I had a second person here with me, I would try to keep the truck in gear and see if I could get that outlet plug to work, but I'm pretty sure that it'll disable one way or another. But I hope this video was helpful. I really think that this is a great option to have. 400 watts of power is simply not enough for some tools. I've used tools in the bed of my truck, and I've noticed that sometimes the tool is not working properly because of the amount of wattage that it's trying to pull from the truck. So I like that Ford gives this to you, and this is why Ford is probably one of the best trucks on the market, because they were first to market to do this, and currently right now no one else is doing that right now. Now really quickly, if you are in the market for this truck is a 2024. It's a platinum with the long bed. Okay. Here's some of the standard equipment and the colors. And then here's the options. So this one does have the, where's it at? The winch, max recline seats, has the 331 locker out back. So yeah, a lot of nice features on this truck. Oh yeah, there it is. The winch is right down there. Okay. And then here's the total price with destination right there, $19.95. And then here's the payload. Payload is 3,899 pounds. That should be including the winch too, okay? And then here are the other numbers. When you get the long bed, they increase your gross vehicle weight rating from 12,000 to 12,400 pounds. This one does have the panoramic sunroof. Let's go ahead and open it up real quick. Again, I don't ever show you guys these trucks like this because I'm never really in a position where I can. So the glass actually slides under the other one right there, as you can see. So yeah, there you go, 48-gallon fuel tank. If you would like to buy the truck, Ken actually helped me today. Be sure to ask for him. See you guys soon.